What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the Nanny CHO here with our Week 1 RGBL Team Builder. We are going against Rid and his Glamsgow Quagsires in an epic Week 1 matchup here. If you guys can't hit the like button, you haven't already, subscribe to join the Phil Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. I'm going to break the fourth wall here for guys. I've been recording a lot of videos lately. I believe recorded today. I think I did. Or it was last night. Recorded the draft analysis for this. I recorded a team builder for today, which was going for quarterfinals. Now this is our third video, and there's a lot of backed up recording. So if you see a lot of the similar stuff, don't worry. I'm gonna plan out accordingly and make sure I look back at my videos to make sure nothing gets spoiled until matches are played, and then I'll upload the video. So if videos take a while to be uploaded, please do understand. But you'll see a lot of it, like videos before you see this one. So not have to worry about. But we got, like I said, we're going against Rid, and I think between me and Rid, we're 1-1 this time. I beat him, I think, when he had a sand team. I think maybe I could be wrong. Then he beat me. I think he was my last week opponent last season that knocked me out of playoffs. I think I could be wrong, but we're looking for a very interesting matchup nonetheless. So let's go ahead and break down his team. Rid has Tyranitar, Seismitoad, Stoutland, Meowstic, Nihilego, Hitmontop, Volcanion, Rillaboom, Togetic, and Scyther. We only draft 10 mons, so it makes it a little easier to kind of figure out what people are bringing, and it makes it a little harder for what people are bringing. So, looking at this matchup, Rid, I think, is definitely bringing his Sand. Sand is really, really decently good versus my team. It's going to be a weather war, which I think is going to be really, really interesting, to say the least. But looking at this matchup, I don't think any of his flying types make any sense to bring this matchup. There's literally no reason to. Rillaboom is something that could still potentially come, but you look at my team, I think Rillaboom just struggles versus so much. Volcanion is something I could see him still bring over something maybe like Hitmontop, just because of the fact that Volcanion can actually hit my team really hard, and Power of Solar Beam could knock out my Swampert if done correctly, so definitely something to keep note on there. But as for the team I expect him to bring versus me, I think Tyranitar makes a lot of sense. Tyranitar is actually not that bad versus my team. It's not great versus my team, but it's a really good sand setter. I don't expect him to run the Smooth Rock versus my team. I think something like a Chople Berry, Shucka Berry, Reno Berry, or Pasho Berry, something like that is really, really common for it. I think I think like a physical defensive Seismitoad like almost Max makes a lot of sense versus my team. I think Stalin to come abuse his son. Sand. I mean, I don't expect Choice Band. I do expect something like maybe Expert Build or Life Orb potentially. I think Meowstic definitely comes because of Screens. Screens is really good against me from keeping an offensive standpoint. I think Nihilego makes a lot of sense as well, and that's another reason why you can expect with the weakness policies on Tyranitar with screens up. But I got ways around that. Nihilego, I think, definitely comes. Nihilego is a very good offensive threat versus my team. He has limited coverage to really handle most of my team. But nonetheless, I think I have a lot of things on my team that can just kind of handle Nihilego really well. And last but not least is Hitmontop. I think Hitmontop has to be very, very careful if it's brought this week. If it's coming, it most likely wants to be Intimidate, but he has to be very, very, very careful because if he does that, then my Galarian Zapdos kind of gets a free +1 basically. So there is that. So let's go ahead and break down what we are bringing this week. First up, we have here my boy Dash, who basically claims a KO every single time. We've got Close Combat, Throat Chop, Stomping Tantrum, and Brave Bird. I almost want to put Thunderous Kick on this set, but I don't want to take the chance of missing, and plus I want to hit so hard this game. This game is pretty much all Zapdos. Zapdos pretty much gets free KOs almost every single time it's in. So if we play this thing correctly, this thing could pretty much just win me the game hands down. But we're running the Choice Band set with Close Combat, Throat Chop, Stomping Tantrum, and Brave Bird. 116 in HP, max attack, adamant, 32 speed up, and 108 speed. The speed basically lets me be guaranteed faster than everything in this team that is not the Nihilego. I cannot outspeed Nihilego no matter what. So unless Nihilego is choice specs, I can easily live any hits from him as I am a fighting type, which makes neutral attacks, and I have a lot of good investment in my HP, so I have a good amount of chance to live a lot of hits. But basically, I get to freely click Close Combat, Brave Bird, or in this case. So basically, the situation here is I think his only legit switching to me is flying types, but I've got Brave Bird to counter them flying type spam. I also do have Throat Chop, which basically will guarantee counter Meowstic as his only legit switch in, unless he's got a Rocky Helmet on his Seismitoad, and then maybe Seismitoad coming in against this thing. But pretty much, if he wants to give me Defiant, I win this game hands down, and there's nothing he can really do because he doesn't really have a really good speed control offensive prowess for me. And also, if this thing is pretty much my first Pokemon out, it's basically claiming a KO. It guaranteed will. So very much looking forward to that. Up next, we're bringing Ectoplasma here, my Spiritomb, which has a really strong matchup as he has no real way to stop Spiritomb. We have Will-O-Wisp, Poltergeist, Toxic, Foul Play, max HP, 192 defense with 64 speed depth with the Impish nature. Basically, the design of this Pokemon is to just really whittle down his team. We are not running any kind of special move in Hex, just because I really don't think it was really necessary for this matchup. Dual status, though, is really strong and really cripples down his team. Like, it can put in so much work versus his team if we get this thing correctly. Poltergeist is also really good because I'm pretty much not going to be burning any of his berries or burning off any of his items. So Poltergeist basically can almost claim me almost guarantee a KO or just put in a lot of damage. And Foul Play is also really good as well because it can really chip down a good amount of his team as well. So very much looking forward to using Spiritomb. I think Spiritomb has a really decent chance this week. Up next we have Devin, my Swampert, who if there is no Rillaboom, Swampert can go in this week. And we're bringing a very unique Swampert set. We're bringing 236 HP, 60 attack, 76 defense, 136 speed with a careful nature, flip term Toxic, Earthquake, and power up Punch. Basically, Swampert's job here is to whittle things down and then just start boosting and then start clicking Earthquake. Seismitoad, I do understand, does have Power Whip now or some type of form of grass move, I believe. So, very much ensure that thing is going to potentially water absorb, so I'm definitely going to be careful. I'm always going to be clicking Toxic most times I'm not on certain mons just to get the Toxic off, and then I can flip turn freely against something on because he's not going to bring it hard in on me unless he wants to get Toxic. So, but Earthquake and Power Up Punch is really, really strong for this team. Flip turn's great momentum usage to get some of my team in to really kind of help in going terms of the game. Up next, we have Masquerade, my Roserade, specially mixed defensive, but given the Spadef boosted nature. Max HP, 136 defense, 12 special attack, 108 in Spadef. We have Sleep Powder, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, and Spikes. Basically, this thing's hopefully to get some hazard stacking with Spikes, which is really good, as he has really no way of really good removal at all in this matchup, so that's going to be very much important to know. Leechy's really good for chipping down most of his team. Giga Drain is also really good stab, pretty much against the majority of his team. Sleep Powder is good too, pretty much guarantee something's going to be sleep, and then you kind of play around it. I do not have Sludge Bomb, so if we do see that's Volcanion, it could be a little risk, but I think I need this set in order to really work. And if I don't have Giga Drain, I can't beat things like Tyranitar or Swampert. I mean, not Swampert, Seismitoad, so very much more. But up next, we have my boy Ice Pick here, my Alolan Sand Slash with the Life Orb Slush Rush ability with Brick Break, Triple Axle, Sword Stance, and Iron Head. Basically, you know what this thing's going to do. It's going to plow through teams. That's what this is going to do. The only thing that this king cannot struggle the only thing this thing kind of struggles with is dealing with Volcanion. If Volcanion comes, my team kind of struggles hard against Volcanion. But my team handles Volcanion relatively fine still. We basically have enough speed to outspeed Choice Scarf Choice Scarf Rillaboom, I believe, is his fastest mon to be Scarf, not counting the Heligo, because we cannot outspeed. The best we can do in the Heligo is Speed Tie, and I really don't want to risk a Speed Tie. I just rather have some bulk, hit them hard as I can, and go from there. But that's what we have the speed there for. Max attack and 112 in HP. Give us an odd number in the IVs, which means we have less recoil damage, which is very, very good. Ice Pick really goes in on this week, so as long as we can get rid of Hitmontop, or if Hitmontop doesn't come, Ice Pick basically can start cleaning buttons. But, of course, if I have to bring some Hail, I have to bring the man to do it with, and it's not Ice Body. Why is it Ice Body? It's Snow Warning. And we're bringing a very risky set that I think can put in some good work. We're bringing Aurora Veil Iron Defense with Freeze Dry and Flash Cannon. 160 HP, 116 defense, 160 speed attack with a modest nature, 56 speed, 56 speed and 8 in speed. Basically, the design of this Pokemon is to hopefully get an Iron Defense off as Tyranitar comes in on me. And basically what I want to do is I want to click Flash Cannon against that thing. And I can live one hit from Tyranitar and then go for my Weakness Policy boost. But if I can be faster than Tyranitar, I get a Flash Cannon off. Then I get my Weakness Policy boost. And then I can freely click Flash Cannon into Freeze Dry against his entirety of his team. And pretty much be able to nail a KO or be able to take out Tyranitar, which would be so huge for my team. So I had to play around my Vanilla X very carefully. I do need to keep it around for Whiteout. I mean, not Whiteout, my Ice Pick here. And the rest of my team pretty much can handle the rest. But that's going to be the team builder, guys. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the battle next time. Until next time, guys, I'm Fresh Talking Nancy Hedgehog. Peace.